Hello everyone, in this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Samina Pasha to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Samina Pasha's words. The headline today is the Toshakhana trial of Mr. Imran Khan being held at Adiala jail. Once again, his family and lawyers stood outside waiting for him. Late last night, Alima Khan, who is Imran Khan's sister, other sisters and some members of the leadership were present there. We'll discuss what commitments were made that were not fulfilled today. Alongside this, there are some important news items we'll also share with you. PTI has officially announced that they will raise the entire matter at the United Nations. Additionally, PTI has also announced a protest outside the Supreme Court today. We'll also tell you about a tweet from Mr. Malik Riyaz that created quite a stir yesterday. It is being looked at from various angles. We'll discuss the facts around that too. And today, a tweet by Mr. Khawaja Asif is also circulating widely. We'll talk about that as well. So there's a lot in this vlog. I request you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's start with what's happening outside Adiala today. Last night, Alima Khan, her sisters, Mahmood Khan Achakzai, Raja Salman Akram Raja, and a few others were present there. They were adamant that they would not leave without meeting Imran Khan. The police tried several times to disperse them, but they stayed. During this time they also spoke to the media and made it clear that it's been several weeks since the family met Imran Khan, which is outright injustice and a violation of the law. This is not just a violation of prisoners' rights, but also a direct violation of clear orders from the Islamabad High Court. The courts have ordered that regular meetings between Imran Khan and his family must take place. Even without court orders, this should happen. Across the world, there are legal provisions and traditions that allow prisoners to meet their families every week. This is not a special favour. It is their right. But as you know, given the authoritarian environment Pakistan is currently going through, Alima Khan and her sisters were determined not to leave without the meeting. Late into the night, a negotiation team from the police arrived. It appeared they might initiate a crackdown or make arrests, as some PTI workers were also present. But instead, they tried to persuade them to leave peacefully and assured them that since the Toshakhana trial was scheduled for today, they could meet Imran Khan then. It was quite late, so they requested everyone to return home. After much discussion and argument, they finally left and returned home. Now, in the morning, as the trial began, everyone arrived on time. Alima Khan, Salman Akram Raja, other regular members of the legal team, and Imran Khan's other sisters all reached outside Adiala. But, as usual, they were not allowed inside. Again, they were stopped and told to wait. They said the same thing happened yesterday. They waited all day but weren't let in. Now they weren't even allowed to sit inside during the trial, which is a clear violation of the law. High Court decisions clearly state that if a trial takes place without the presence of lawyers, media or family members, it fails to meet the standards of transparency. In the Cypher case, the proceedings were suspended twice on the same basis and restarted afresh. These are written court orders. Still, they were not allowed inside. Their names were noted down. They were made to sit outside and wait, but access was denied. Meanwhile, Salman Akram Raja interacted with various people, including journalists. He was asked why many MLAs and senators didn't show up at Adiala yesterday as expected. Earlier, it was said they would come, but later news came that PTI had decided to first go to the Parliament House to protest and deliver speeches, and then proceed to Adiala. But what actually happened was, Parliament House gates were locked, many were stuck inside, and those who couldn't get into Parliament directly went to Adiala. This raised eyebrows. Many criticised that these leaders never intended to come to Adiala in the first place. There was no logic in going to Parliament House when the protest plan was meant for the streets. Many MLAs who went to Parliament House are also ones who usually avoid protests. This raised further criticism and suspicion that these are the same people who always avoid participating in protest movements. They come up with excuses, and yesterday's excuse was being locked in Parliament. So, after a few slogans and a press talk, they assumed their job was done. On the other hand, some people actually reached Adiala, some were seen protesting on the streets, and some, as usual, were nowhere to be seen. Salman Akram Raja said this will be discussed within the party. He will inform Imran Khan about the situation. The protest was good, though it could have been better. There is always room for improvement. A strategy discussion is definitely needed, but clearly it appeared that the leadership again did not put in the expected effort. Something Imran Khan has repeatedly emphasized: either stand firm or step aside. If you cannot bear the weight, resign and let someone else lead. But staying in place without participating only harms the movement. Imran Khan will now have to make a final decision. These people neither step aside nor actively lead the protest movement, so that's how the day passed. Now we'll hear from Imran Khan after the trial ends. Some of his comments usually come out. He will likely respond based on yesterday's protest. Now that newspapers are accessible to him again, he must have read the coverage and seen how impactful his party's protest was. His reaction will follow. Now, apart from all this, let's quickly share 2 to 3 important news updates. Firstly, DG ISPR gave an interview to The Economist magazine. In this interview, he clearly denied the rumours that the Field Marshal was going to assume the presidency. He called it totally fake news, baseless, with no truth whatsoever. DG ISPR categorically stated there's no such plan. Never was, never is. Secondly, when asked about India's aggression, he said if India dares aggression again, the response will be stronger than before. This time we will start from the east, and India must understand that we are capable of targeting them anywhere. They should not be under any misconception. This was a very clear response. It seems India is now taking these statements seriously, as they've already experienced a response in the past. There were also rumours over the past few days about increased jet activity and a tense situation in the skies, that perhaps all is not well. But today, reports clarified that these were part of operational preparations for August 14th, and nothing suggests that war is imminent. So, overall, the DG ISPR's interview was important for clearing up rumours, especially about the Field Marshal becoming president. Interestingly, some journalists, who are believed to be close to the establishment, were also pushing those rumours. Earlier, Mohsin Naqvi had also denied them. Now the DG ISPR has directly rejected it. This either means that even if there ever was such a plan, it's now abandoned. There's no chance of it moving forward now. The current setup will continue. It's possible these ideas were floated earlier but later dismissed, and sometimes such stories are deliberately leaked to increase pressure. Matters are often settled quietly, and afterward these things are simply denied. So what the facts are and what they aren't? Well, at least President Zardari must have felt some relief that his seat isn't going anywhere and he'll remain comfortably in power for now. Now moving on, PTI has decided to take 2 major steps. Firstly, Zulfi Bukhari announced yesterday that PTI is formally taking the matter concerning Imran Khan, Bushra Bibi, and the overall human rights situation in Pakistan to the United Nations. They will officially file this case, along with all supporting evidence, with the UN. This is in line with Imran Khan's directive. He had suggested earlier that the matter should be raised at the International Court and on any international forum where this issue can be discussed. So this move is a direct continuation of that instruction. Secondly, PTI has decided to stage a protest outside the Supreme Court of Pakistan. You're aware of how quickly the May 9th verdicts were announced, followed by the disqualification of several PTI members. So now, PTI has decided to record its protest outside the Supreme Court. It should be remembered that this wave of panic and chaos began after a ruling by Chief Justice Afridi, in which instead of issuing a verdict in a bail case, he directed the anti-terrorism courts to quickly wrap up trials so that there would be no need for bail requests. Consequently, trials were rushed, legal procedures were trampled, and decisions were made in haste. Everyone saw this. As a result, many workers received 10-year sentences and are now languishing in jails. PTI members, MLAs from Punjab, senators and National Assembly members are being disqualified after convictions. The Election Commission seemed almost ready, immediately issuing disqualification notifications as soon as the court verdicts were delivered. This included people like Omar Ayub, Shibli Faraz, and Malik Ahmed Bachar, who were prominent opposition leaders. Now efforts are underway to run assemblies without any real opposition. They are bearing the consequences of these decisions, and that is why the decision to protest outside the Supreme Court has been made. Other allied opposition groups like Sahibzada Hamid Raza have also been affected. Even he has been denotified. So all these parties have come together to form a protest plan. Let's see how impactful it is. Frankly, I personally don't think it will make much difference. Even if they protest, the most the Chief Justice will do is call for a meeting, as he usually does, and pose for a photo which will be released, but eventually he'll do whatever suits the system. This has been his typical pattern, a symbolic meeting, maximum a small concession. Nothing beyond that. Because, after all, the entire series of events and operations have happened under his instructions. The rulings were made on his directives. So, realistically, any talk of change is just window dressing. Another piece of big news today was about Malik Riyaz. Several rumours had been circulating about him. First, that he was becoming an approver in the Al-Qadir trust case. Then he tweeted saying he would not testify and that he would stand firm. Later, reports came in that some sort of settlement had been reached. We even saw government officials abroad coming and going in his vehicles in Dubai, meeting him. Meanwhile, Imran Khan, caught in the same Al-Qadir trust case, is suffering a 14-year prison sentence. So, in this whole situation, the key point is that Malik Riyaz has issued another long tweet recently. He mentioned that their financial condition has deteriorated so much that it has become difficult to continue operations at Bahria town. He said they are struggling to pay employees' salaries. Though he didn't directly say that Bahria town is shutting down, he hinted that this could happen. He said they are somehow managing for now. But if things continue this way, it will become impossible to operate Bahria town. They may be forced to shut down all operations. In that same tweet, he gave a very meaningful message, saying that all national institutions and powers should sit together and figure out how to take the country out of its crisis. He emphasized that the ongoing political crisis must also be resolved. He expressed willingness to cooperate in any way possible. He even went so far as to offer that if any payment is needed to resolve things, they are willing to pay. Now, many people are interpreting this as a bribe or a deal offer. Take money from us, leave us alone, don't ask us to testify, don't seize our projects. Take what money you want and clear our name. To me, that's what it sounded like, a deal disguised as cooperation. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but that's the impression I got. Because if Malik Riyaz believes he's innocent, then he should submit to the law of the land, surrender, and clarify what he has or hasn't done. But, as we all know, Malik Riyaz is not a small figure in Pakistan. So all signs suggest things are not going well for him. The Islamabad High Court has ordered that Bahria town's properties be auctioned and has set August 7th as the date for that. In response, Bahria town has filed a petition in the Supreme Court to stay or suspend the order. This application was filed by Farouk H. Naik on behalf of Bahria town. Let's see when a decision comes, but August 7th is tomorrow. Not much time left. These rapid developments are also making many people anxious, especially those who have invested in Bahria town's ongoing or upcoming projects. Naturally, people become worried. Many see Bahria town as a safe investment, whether it's a plot, a house, or a file. But if these issues continue, the investors will also be affected. So yes, this is a matter of concern for many. We'll see how this unfolds. Ultimately, it's always the grass that suffers when elephants fight. Elephants find a way to survive. It's the grass that gets crushed. As for other stories, we'll cover them in the next vlog. Lastly, let me mention, Azam Swati didn't have a good day either. It is reported that he was offloaded from a flight today while trying to travel abroad. He was not allowed to fly. He has several ongoing cases against him. It seemed earlier that his matters with the state had been settled, but clearly some issues remain, and that's why he's been stopped for now. That wraps up our translation of Samina Pasha's video. I hope this English version helped you understand her message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.